Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Glenn O'Cray. I'm on the Dearborn Historical Commission, and I'd like to welcome you to this session of Through the Arsenal Gates. It's my great pleasure to introduce you to people who have made history, are making history, and will make history. Today we have Rick Goward. Rick is tied into Henry Ford College. He's a fixture there, just like vines growing on the wall.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Rick is tied into the band, and without further ado, let's get boogieing here. Rick, where did you grow up?
Where did I grow up? Lapeer, Michigan. Rural Rick.
Rural Rick. Now, Rick, you're really tied into music. How did this happen?
Okay, you figure rural, you know what happens in rural communities? There's a lot more going on of certain things, like band, choirs, theater, because there's nothing else to do. But anyhow, when I was in 7th grade, all I remember is I played baseball, and if you look at me, I'm athletically sized. I didn't say athletically athletic, I said sized, but anyhow, I would go to the, during a lunch hour, I'd go to this one window in the school, and the window was always open and the band was rehearsing. I just watched them, thought, wow, this is kind of cool. I went down at the end of the year, and the director says we give lessons in the summer. They gave me lessons, and that's when I found out I liked it.
Now, what instruments do you play?
Well, to be honest with you, I play nothing now. I'm a conductor, but my main instrument was trombone.
Well, what other instruments?
I would say well, I had to take all of them in classes, but I'm talking about professional levels, the trombone.
How about unprofessional?
I can pick things on the piano.
Okay.
If you want me to play Happy Birthday, I will.
Now, Rick, I don't know that I've ever seen you play. You just kind of stand on stage and every now and then move your wand. Are you any good at playing the trombone?
I used to be.
All right.
Like I said,
All right,
I'm getting
very
close
good.
to 70. I put it away about 4 years ago.
Okay. Do you sing out of curiosity?
I did sing in high school choir.
Did you?
And I was used as a guinea pig in the School of Music at the university. They took instrumentalists and had us go in, and the professors taught us in front of the class so they could show how to teach semi-musical people
Cool.
how to sing.
Cool. Now, your bands are, well, tell the audience about your bands.
Well, I'm very proud. I think we have Kevin Dewey, the vocal director, myself. We have about 300 people that come through the wings a week.
Wow.
So, but with the bands, I have a symphony band that's usually between the numbers of 60 and 85. And that's primarily 15-year-olds, what's it called, advanced placement kids. And then 70-year-olds, have a couple 70-year-olds, have 3 college professors in there, 2 high school band directors. But anyhow, that's the symphony band. And then I have a jazz band that meets on Monday nights. And then the big band, which I didn't ever know it was going to come to this, but that became the stamp of approval for the program. You know, they've done so many fundraisers. In fact, I was figuring out the other day, all the fundraisers and the major performances they've done, they brought in $1.4 million. But that's in 38 years, so it doesn't sound as impressive that way.
But that equals maybe $10 a year. I'm
Yeah,
not good
10
with
yeah,
math.
no,
I
no.
don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Something like that.
Now, you've taken your bands to different venues. Tell our audience about that. Where have you gone?
Well, okay, the thing, once again, as I inherited the job, I knew I needed to recruit. How do you recruit? You got to do something different. So the first one, in fact, I think your daughter went with us. We played it in New Orleans. And then from there, as the group got better and I got more talent, we were selected to play Carnegie Hall with the Count Basie Orchestra. In fact, we got to play there twice. They picked an outstanding high school group, community college group, and university group. And we played with the Count Basie Orchestra at Carnegie Hall. All the European ones was started out with just submissions of tapes and all that, but after you get old like me, it's kind of funny. We get selected to overplay even the University of Miami and other big schools because everybody knows who Henry Ford is. So it's kind of funny. We're good enough, but when they make the final tally, I think that's why we get on a lot of those major stages.
Oh, that's great. Isn't it fun to have said, I played in Carnegie Hall?
Yeah, yeah. That was a fun one.
How about an unfun one?
An unfun one?
Or have there not been
doing a
any?
local, I got an unfun one. Doing a local concert in the park in southeastern Michigan. You show up and there's 11 people there. We go to Europe and there's 3,000 to 5,000 people there, So it's just, that would be the most bad thing.
Well, tell our audience what countries you've been to.
The North Seas Jazz Festival, which is in the Netherlands. We performed throughout London and England. That was just a general tour. Then we're the only group to play Montreux, Switzerland 5 times. We've done Jazzwan in France 3 times, and then we performed twice in Italy. So
Isn't that fun?
Oh, and it's real fun.
That's great, yeah.
And everybody thinks, oh, you're just going on tour, but they don't understand. The reason I do it is the members get so much out of it because there's this big time. I mean, we're on television. We have green rooms. In fact, the last one we did in this one here, that's the main stage. If you can look at this, there's like 5,000 people in the audience looking at you, but you're on. Nora Jones was the other headliner. Kool and the Gang was the other headliner, and the Henry Ford Big Band. It was like, and everybody says, yeah, sure. And I just go, okay.
Yeah. Now, what other famous people did you play with along the way? Were you on any TV shows?
You mean me personally?
Yeah.
Oh, when I was a kid, when I say a kid, I was 24. I had the fortune of subbing for, I always call it, in my bio it says freelance, but really it was like your teachers always said, take my best student, send him out there. I subbed a couple times on The Tonight Show, Rich Little.
The Tonight Show?
Yeah, but Johnny wasn't there. It was, who's the guy that sings, Ain't Got No, Roger Miller. And then when I got back home, because in the Detroit area, I think it's because I had some administrative skills. I would book the group for when Marie Osmond came to town, and I did shows with Aretha Franklin and stuff like that.
Oh, Aretha Franklin. Jeez.
She was a tough one.
Well, how was she tough?
She was just, in rehearsal, she was tough.
Oh, okay. All right.
Moody. Yeah.
Moody. All right.
But all that, I mean, I've never, because I started liking teaching so much, I never really pursued. I think my smoozing ability, I could have practiced a little bit and got on all of those for full time, but it's just, do you realize how bad it is to play in a major pit and play the same music every night?
Yeah,
that's
I hadn't thought of that. Yeah. Where'd you go to college?
I went to 3 different colleges. I did my undergrad at Central Michigan University. It was a great music ed school. And then I did my master's at University of Michigan. And then I'm a flunk out at MSU. I started one class, took it, and didn't want to go on. I'm not a PhD person.
Now, did you get your undergraduate degree in music?
Oh yeah, everything's in music.
All right. Well, what do you study in graduate school in music? Out of curiosity.
Well, it was conducting and my trombone. That was basically it. Yeah.
You just went there and...
There's a lot more to it than everybody thinks.
Right.
You just wave your hands. No, there's something to that.
What is your philosophy of life?
Philosophy of life? Hey, having had cancer 3 times, my philosophy is just keep on going.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Huh.
So I just... I mean, one time it was pretty bad, but it was melanoma, but it gets in your system. It's really bad. But being a fair-skinned guy, I just watched that, and that's when I changed my whole attitude. Just, hey, life's too short. Maybe that's why I'm so obnoxious when I'm around people. I hope that's obnoxious with jokes.
Well, your wife was working for the right guy then.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. She found stuff that the big colleges, the big hospitals didn't find.
Rick's wife worked for, whose name is Andy, worked for Dr. Tom Waldinger, who's a wonderful dermatologist who was in Dearborn for many, many years. Yeah, good. Describe the jobs you've had along the way. Have they all been in music, or did you have some other miscellaneous jobs along the way?
I'm very fortunate because after I got back from Los Angeles, a job opened up in Trenton Public Schools because the director left for some reason. And in January, as a young kid, I got hired at a big AA high school. That time it was 2,700 kids, so I was going, whoa. And though I made mistakes, I grew to like it. In fact, these are my kids that won the marching band competition at the University of Michigan. It was like 47 bands, and they won it, and they played at the halftime show for the Purdue-Michigan game in 1978.
Oh, halftime show, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, how cool is that? Good. Now, you played at a presidential inauguration or more than one?
Yeah, 4 of them.
4 of them?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It's just a glorified, I call it a glorified gig, but it's a prestigious gig. You know, it's, here's that one. Here's the people dancing. I have to always show this to people. I'm telling you, we did it. That was the dessert room.
The dessert room. Now, who were the presidents?
Did 2 for George Bush and 2 for Obama.
Okay, wonderful. Glad to hear that. Any of your students go on to become teachers?
Oh, a whole bunch, about 120 of them.
You can take great pride in that.
I take very good pride in it.
Yeah.
In fact, in the big band, what is hard for some people to understand, you and I are still from, it's Henry Ford Community College, isn't that right? I say for the community. Well, in the big band, I have guys that started out like your daughter Sarah, way back when, that went on to the university, got their teaching degrees, and they teach in the area, and they come back and enroll for continuing ed and play in the big band. So that's kind of like rewarding.
Oh, absolutely.
And now they can teach me. You know.
How's your hearing?
Oh, that's a funny one. I have the best hearing in the world. It drives my wife and everybody nuts. I go to those things and put my hand up, and they go, "There's absolutely no loss." Ask me about my knees. Ask me about my knees. I've got 2 artificial limbs here.
No, I love your music, but my ears.
Oh, I know. That's because you're just you.
Just old. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Now, your most interesting student you've had along the way?
There's been a bunch of them. The thing that always gets me is these kids start out at the community college, and you think, wow, they're ever going to make it, and then they do, and that's what makes that's interesting. I don't think I have any one that sticks out, but I know I have a lot that have continued with success. What's one of the funny things? It's not funny. It's a great thing for me. That symphony band you see there. When I started, when Sarah was in the group, way back when. Now, all my former students send me their students, and that's why it gets easier. I always wondered how Bo Schembechler and those guys could recruit. You get old, and you just they send you their kids. You know?
Sure. Yeah. Good. And your worst student?
We just asked them to drop.
Did you ever have a student that was just kind of a pain in the butt?
Oh yeah.
Well, give us the dynamics. What happened?
We just had negotiations, and they finally decided they had to. 2 of them. I remember two kids that had attendance problems. Told them we can't do this because you're part of a group. And a year later, they understood it, and they were always there. So that was a good problem.
Oh yeah. That's good. I'm not musically inclined, and a little tidbit. When I retired, I said, I'm going to learn how to play the piano. So now I was really intent on this, and I would practice for as long as 8 hours a day.
That's your first mistake.
and I mean, it was so crazy. It was kind of like, I got to do this. And at the end of 2 years, I said, I will never be anything better than mediocre unless I practice 8 hours a day. And there are other things to do in life. And I have, on occasion, go to a Christmas party at which my former music teacher is present, and I will introduce her as she is the music teacher I had before she had her nervous breakdown. Are there any people who just don't get music, who, there's just not in their DNA?
Of course there is, but I just want, I'll tell you what I get a kick out of. We did a concert in December. It was sold out over there with Karen Newman from the Detroit Red Wings, the woman that sings the national anthem, but she's really a pop singer. I just get a kick out of producing these things with full houses. It's so much fun. It's just good for the people on stage.
Sure. Yeah.
In fact, the band director or the students all call me the producer. That's all they call me.
Yeah.
Producer.
Now, in your taking students abroad, any really interesting experiences from that?
Interesting from what standpoint? A lot of things to see and do, but what do you mean?
Just socially, students just come alive, or?
Well, I have a funny one. When we played, I just showed you that one, the Jesuan. It was packed. Afterwards, it was funny to see collegians giving autographs.
I love it. Yeah.
That was kind of a funny thing.
Yeah. How do they do as compared to other bands that go to such activities?
Well, now because of what I just shared with you, those guys that have gone on, they come back and they roll through community ed. We keep up with them. In fact, we were in a major jazz competition once, and I think that it went like this: Indiana University, Ohio State University, Central Michigan University, and then Brigham Young, and then us. So they're up there. They do all right.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us today Rick Goward. Rick is the guru of music at Henry Ford College, formerly known as Henry Ford Community College. Rick, how about Don Lupp? Don Lupp had been head of the program before Rick came on board. Any commentary on Don?
Oh, no, he did a lot of great things. He's the one that started the concept of having a jazz band at a college. And once again, I am not just into jazz. I am into the symphony band and orchestras and all that. But the big band is just something that's kept me, up on level 10 instead of 5. But he was great at starting that. And he also started the Montreux, Switzerland Jazz Fest.
Yeah,
that might be one of the reasons that got me doing our first tour. That could have been.
Yeah. Now, how did you get your job at Henry Ford?
So I had finished my master's at Michigan. I'd had good success at Trenton Public Schools. And I said, I'll just try applying for some colleges. So I applied for colleges, and I was a finalist at 4 of them. And the other 3 were universities. And my wife's from Dearborn, so hello. But I love it because Henry Ford's a very good community college and takes the stress off. I'm sure if I'd been at a major university, I would have been laid off. Why don't they do that? 7 years and out the door,
sure.
10-year track.
Yeah. Now, you've been involved in 2 unions. Tell us about it.
I left Trenton and came here, and the faculty had no contract. My first concert at a community college, we had to cancel the concert because we were on strike.
Oh, wow. Huh.
And I just stood tall, and I wrote letters to the parents, and I couldn't believe how supportive they was. I said, I don't want to get on the other side. I'm a new person. Remember, we're worried about wages, working conditions, and benefits, and I guess some things aren't right. And I just put a nice, simple letter and went forward. But the thing that was funny is we're having the same problem in Trenton when I left. No, there was no contract settled. And then, as you know, you were a president of our local when I became an administrator. And after I was on the board for 1650, I was on the board for our administrators union at the college. But I'm not a rational person. I just believe that if you have a contract, you communicate better. If you don't, we all want to trust each other, but we can't.
Yeah.
Look what's going on right now in Washington.
Yeah, right. Tell us about your family.
My family? Oh, I am very proud of my family. My wife has done a great job raising the kids. I was doing so many performances. I remember when I taught public school band with a marching band of 200 kids and all that stuff. I was gone a lot. But my oldest daughter is now, I'm proud to say, she's a product manager of the entire North American continent for Jaguar.
Okay.
And she's got a nice office, and she lives in Manhattan. And I go to visit her, and I get to watch all the bigwigs walk around the hallway. And then my other daughter, she's a down-to-earth gal, but she has her master's in kinesiology, and she teaches dance in our basement. She teaches adjunct at the college. And I just found out she's been asked to be on a group with Wayne State and U of M for a special program for special need kids starting this summer.
Very good, very good. Now, any Dearborn specific stories?
Oh, and Mike Guido we had our President's Collage concert in Orchestra Hall. When the city broke ground to create that new facility, that was a special story. To go over there and talk to him in the office, I mean, they had the same architects that knew about Carnegie Hall create it. That's why the acoustics are so great in the place. It's one of the best community theaters around.
Oh, very good. Now, is your wife related to any?
My wife is, it's a mess. When I say it's, let me tell you why it's a mess. I married her, it was a Guido. Mike became mayor, she's a Guido. Joe Guido was a Guido. I said, all of you guys, we could get together. Yet his mother and dad live right next door where my mother-in-law lived. And I just go, I'm so confused. So they're all related somehow in the old world, in Italy.
Okay. All right. Did you have a good relationship with the mayor? So
well, here, let me tell you this. There'd be a major function, and Andy would go up and say, hey, Mikey, I'm going, okay, this is Mayor Guido.
So they're cousins?
I
don't you know?
No, we never really discuss it, but if, I don't know his mother, his father, and my father-in-law. I don't know how it works, but I do know in Italy, their names appear on this plaque in the old little town that they came from. That's all I can tell you. We never really discussed it. I'm sure it's a distant cousins. It's not like Smiths.
Okay.
There are a heck of a lot more Smiths.
Yeah, right.
But they're related somehow because they all came over on the boat.
Yeah.
Different boats, but close to the same couple of years.
Did you have many interactions with him, or?
Mayor Mike?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was great. He sang with the big band a few times. I remember he had to do a couple birthday parties. He was great. He'd show up and tell Kevin Dude and I to come out back and we'd have a drink together. You know, I mean, it was legal because the other guys inside were drinking. But if we went outside,
Oh wait a minute. Let me get this straight. It was legal because other people were doing it.
they
I
were
got to
drinking
remember that
inside,
line.
but that way you could get away from everybody and just have your own little chat with the
Yeah,
drink. You know?
yeah, very good, very good. Your most embarrassing moment?
Most embarrassing moment in my whole life?
Yeah.
All right. I invited the parents to come and see the Trenton High School marching band, and I bent over and ripped my pants. That was pretty embarrassing. So these parents came up and gave me blankets, so the rest of the show I had blankets around my waist.
Very good. And you want to tell the audience about the first time you were arrested or not?
Never been arrested.
Do you want to tell the audience about the first time you should have been arrested?
Yeah. No, I'm not going to tell them that. That has to go back in college days.
All right. Now, our daughter, Sarah, she's now 53, and in about 1980, she, well, interestingly, when she was in the 5th grade, she joined the jazz band at Henry Ford. And she was in the jazz band when Rick was in charge, and she took Rick took the group that she was in to New Orleans. Well, for 5 years after that, Rick apologized for what happened in New Orleans, and to this day, I don't know what happened in New Orleans.
Oh, it's just it was Mardi Gras, man. That was a oh well.
Yeah. Now, Rick, you spent your life in education. If you had to do it over again, would you do the same?
I'm sure there were times 10, 15 years ago, but not anymore. It's the home stretch, man. I'm just get a little.
I mean, it's been good.
Oh yeah.
Are you a good teacher?
I'm sure the heck I'm a lot better now.
Okay.
You know how we always say, always get a young teacher and they give a care, but there's so much more about an old bull learning everything, you know, and not being, because I don't have, I keep my heart on fire and mind on ice now. When Sarah was there, I was backwards.
Now, along the way, who've been your mentors?
I was very fortunate to have Dennis Smith, who was former Philharmonic, Los Angeles Philharmonic trombonist. And then at Central Michigan, there was a gentleman by the name of Norman C. Dietz, the director of bands. He was outstanding. So often people just identify with football, but Central Michigan and Western Michigan, they have band programs, like their marching bands, for an example. I'm just using that because of the size. They're both 300 to 350 members. People don't always know that because they don't get the national publication like Michigan football and stuff. But anyhow, the schools, because they center in on music ed, those guys are great. And then at Michigan, I don't know what it is, but George Cavender, who was the director for a while after Ravelli had retired, just liked me for something. I don't know what it was. He always take me under his wing. Because of his recommendation is why I got all those job opportunities. You know how that is.
Sure, yeah.
His former students are the college directors,
Yeah.
looking for other college people, and they call on him.
Yeah. What advice do you give to young people that are interested in getting into education today?
Well, you better love it for what it is, not worrying about getting like my daughter gets at Jaguar. You know, you're not, it's different. You don't get paid as well. So you have to really learn how to, I mean, not that money's everything, but the passion better be kids.
Sure. Now, Rick, how long have you been in education?
Too long. Do I have to figure it out?
Yeah, right. You're good at music, not so good at math.
84, 94, 2004, 14. 46 years.
Wow, that's a long time. Yeah.
Whew, I started when I was 14.
Yeah. Now, this is, of course, a typical question that people are asked to our teachers. Are students any different today than they were 46 years ago?
I can't answer that one. I can't at the college, because even at the community college, when you have advanced placement high school students, last year in the symphony band, I think I had 6 valedictorians.
Wow.
4 salutatorians. Now they're just playing in band there. And then honor program kids, which Sarah was one, and then a few school teachers. So I'm spoiled. It's great. I don't know.
Good.
And all kids are important, whatever their abilities are. But I'm talking about discipline and all that, no problems.
Cool. Rick, what do you want people to say after you've gone to the next life?
Next life, this is what old people ask. I just hope they know that I had a strong ability to give a care. That's all I care about. I think they know that. I'm at a point now, even when I do lose it, they all know it's Rick. You know, they don't, you know.
All right, that's cool. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed this session with Rick Goward with the music program at Henry Ford College, formerly known as Henry Ford Community College. If you enjoyed it, tell everybody. Tell your friends, tell your relatives, tell your distant relatives. If you didn't enjoy it, keep it to yourself. Thanks for joining us.